it was in a role in which you did some dancing, which was a part of your life even before.
25 years. I think I started Barney.
At 5.
Selena, we're the same age. I wish.
Well, it seems like this role in some ways asked you to draw upon a lot of everything that you've been doing for those 25 years. Again, you haven't been asked necessarily to do much dancing since the first role, but dancing here, singing, action from many movies in between. First time performing in Spanish. Just when you heard from Jacques and really, I guess, developed this, each of you with him, did that kind of sink in that this was in some ways bringing everything to the table that you've been working on?
It felt too good to be true because the power of manifestation is real. Whether you say it to someone or you just say it to yourself, the universe is always listening. And these last years, the yearning to reconnect with parts of me that I had left behind. So I thought that I left behind. I was always able to carry my dancing education into what I do. And it's because of ballet that I was catapulted into these genres of science fiction and action, which I'm very, very grateful for, because deep down, when I'm not watching a Jacques Audiard movie, I'm reading Octavia Butler. So I love science fiction very much. And but these films that I was a part of were so successful, and they became these franchises, and that is a gift. I will never complain about that. But the time consumption is real, and I think it's okay to normalize that, at least for those of us that do these franchises. And then all this was happening while I was starting a family. So there was very little time for me to shatter the next glass ceiling that I was feeling that was approaching upon me. And I just wanted to grow. And the growth that I was yearning for was in a form of reconnection. I wanted to go back to dance, to theater. I'm a New Yorker. I was born with jazz hands. And you spend your whole life unjazzing your hands. But every time something happens, you're just musically inclined. And so that was something that was quietly just brewing within me. And this yearning to play something that was all encompassing of who I am in terms of my identity. I feel like for many years I felt like a double agent. As a daughter of immigrants, you speak Spanish and you are completely one person at home, which you can relate. And then the moment you step outside of that, you're this other person. You're American, and you can do this for the rest of your life until one day you're making art and you feel like your art always feels incomplete because you're not putting so much of yourself into it. So I'm just really grateful that Jacques Audiard just was manifested, because he was in my list of people to work with for a very long time. And I remember watching Rust and Bone and feeling, with Matthias Schoenaerts' character, you start with this boxer and you go, what the fuck, this man just can't get his life together. Like, he's never gonna box again. And then you're judging him and you're so against all of his decisions. But in the end, when he's punching that ice and his son is at the other end of that pond, you're punching that ice with him. And I keep saying this over and over again. And that's what Jacques' characters do. They challenge me. I start having this preconceived notion of their characters, and towards the end, I'm on their side. I'm rooting for them. I feel so much for them. And when I heard about Emilia and I read Emilia Perez, all of these characters were that same way. In the beginning, you're like, oh my God, these women are so, this is who they are. And then where are we gonna go from here? This is the end, right in the beginning. And you watch them through their journey, and all you want is for them to be loved and for them to be free and for them to find themselves. So it was a really powerful thing. And I'm done talking.